We are just weeks away from the start of the 2025 NFL Draft, and the Chiefs are going to have a very interesting decision to make with that first round draft pick. Are they going to draft an offensive tackle? Are they going to get a running back or maybe a wide receiver? Maybe a defensive player like an edge rusher or a defensive tackle? There are so many options, and in this video, I'm going to go over what the experts are predicting because it might give us a better idea of what the Chiefs decide to do. If you guys are new to this channel, my name is Michael Darcy, and you are watching the KC Sports Report. Do me a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. I'm a local Kansas City-based content creator, and by hitting that subscribe button, it greatly helps out. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and get into this article coming from, I believe it is, let me go ahead and check that, Arrowhead Pride, and it's kind of talking about a new mock draft where basically, with the 31st overall pick, this analyst has the Chiefs taking running back Travion Henderson from Ohio State. We've done a mock draft on this channel. I've actually taken him in the second round. I think that if he does end up falling that far in the draft, he's probably going to be a Chief. But at the same time, I'm a huge Quinshon Judkins fan, who was also a running back at Ohio State, teammates with Henderson. I think he might be the better prospect at the next level. And so I do like the idea of the Chiefs taking an Ohio State running back. I don't love them taking either of those guys in the first round. I think that if you're going to draft a running back in the first round, you should maybe go with an Omarion Hampton, the running back from North Carolina. But I've also seen the Chiefs, mocked to take a tackle or a defensive end. A defensive tackle's been, mocked a couple of times, like a Walter Nolan from Ole Miss or a Kenneth Grant from Michigan. But I do think the Chiefs are going to have to take the best player available, whether it's running back or, tackle or defensive end. I do think they have to take that approach. Now, this is the 88th mock that they've done. So they've been doing a lot of mocks on this channel, or I guess on this website. And I want to get into this because this is very interesting. This is the national mock draft positions. And I believe, if I'm correct, this is what the analysts are projecting the Chiefs to do. And according to the national mock drafts, 39% of them have the Chiefs taking a tackle, 22% have the Chiefs taking a defensive tackle. So well over, 50% have the Chiefs taking either a tackle or a defensive tackle. And then third, at 11%, they have the Chiefs taking an edge rusher. At 10%, they have the Chiefs taking a guard. At 8%, they have the Chiefs taking a defensive back, 4% wide receiver, 3% tight end, and 1% running back. I don't agree with the 1% running back. I think that running back is actually a much bigger need than initially projected for this team. So I would like to see the Chiefs take a running back if a good one is available. But just talking about, what this is, I think that I understand the thought process for the national media that, oh, the Chiefs' offensive line was very bad in that Super Bowl. They obviously need tackle help. And while I can see that line of thinking, I'm not a really big fan of any of the tackles in the draft. And we're going to go down to this. This is the national mock draft picks. This is kind of going over the popular names that have been mocked to the Chiefs. We've talked about some of these on this channel. Actually, we've talked about most of these guys. But the most popular pick from the national media, the Chiefs are allegedly, I guess not allegedly, but mocked to take tackle from Ohio State, Josh Simmons, with 17% of the national mock draft picks coming in for Simmons. The second player that is the most mocked to the Chiefs is tackle from Oregon, Josh Connerly Jr. Then you've got another Oregon player from, defensive tackle, Derek Harmon. That's at 8%. Walter Nolan, the Ole Miss defensive tackle, is 6%. You've got Donovan Jackson, a guard from Ohio State, at 6%. Kind of going down, Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle, 4%. I mean, if he falls that far. Ariante Ursary at 3%. I've seen Kenneth Grant and Tyleik Williams. I've actually taken both of these guys in mock drafts that I've done. Darius Alexander's a very popular name. I've seen Revel, the defensive back. Gray Zabel, I've seen him mocked in the first round. I would not be a huge fan of that. And then you kind of have to go all the way down to, the Travion Henderson at 1%. Even then, I don't know if the Chiefs would take him in the first round. I don't know if that makes sense. And then once you get down there, I mean, I saw one analyst, I believe it was Chad Rudder, I don't know what his name was, but he had the Chiefs taking Tyler Booker in the first round. And not only taking Booker in the first, but trading up like multiple spots to go get him. And I'm very much so against that. I think that would be ridiculous for the Chiefs. But it is interesting to see, what these national mock draft picks are. Josh Simmons being the popular name from Ohio State. I get that. I don't think he's going to be a Chief. I just don't think he is. I think the Chiefs are confident with the guy they currently have on their roster in Jalen Moore. And what's the point in going out there and drafting a tackle that probably won't be able to start right away? So I do want to hear from you guys about these picks. What do you think of, the national consensus of what the Chiefs are going to do? Again, 39% of the national mocks have the Chiefs taking a tackle, which very interesting. I fall in line more with a defensive tackle or an edge rusher. And then I think running back might be my third position. Like I'm that high on running back if it is available. And what's the point of, maybe missing out on that just because you don't want to draft one that high? If there's a good running back available, in the first round, you go get that guy. You go get players, in the draft that you think could work in your scheme. And so I don't think that, picks should necessarily be, something that they're worried about. So I'm all for the Chiefs taking maybe an offensive player, a wide receiver. Like if a Luther Burden falls to 31, take him. He's probably going to be the best player available. So it's very interesting to see what the national media has the Chiefs doing. And after we come back from this ad break, we're going to run another mock draft because why not? So right after this ad break, we'll do a mock draft. The Hollywood Casino at Kansas Speedway is the place to be. With over 1,500 slot machines, 35 table games, 4 restaurants, and a new ESPN Bet Sportsbook, there are plenty of ways to find your fun. For more chances to win, follow them on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome to the Rice Real Estate Group, Kansas City's premier partner in real estate. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, you'll receive a tailored experience designed just for you. Specializing in residential, commercial, and investment properties, the dedicated team over at the Rice Real Estate Group helps guide you through every transaction, including navigating those short, complex sales. With a commitment to personal one-on-one service, they will ensure that you are supported every step of the way. You can achieve your goals with expertise, care, and a customized approach that truly makes a difference. Ready to make your next move? The Rice Real Estate Group is here to make it happen. For more information, call 816-819-9333. Huge thanks to all of the sponsors that support this show all offseason long. They truly are the best. Now, getting back into this video, let's go ahead and do another mock draft. I know that might be something that you guys are not really wanting to see at the end of this because I've done so many already, but if you guys do enjoy these mock drafts, let me know down in the comment section below. And tomorrow, we'll do a 7-round mock, but just because we're kind of running short on time, I want to do a 3-round mock draft, and we'll go ahead and get that started. So we've had some pretty good mock drafts on this channel. I've seen, players go at positions that I couldn't even fathom. I've also seen, players that kind of get drafted appropriately. So it'll be interesting to see what the Chiefs could do with that 31st overall pick. And also in tomorrow's mock draft, we'll do some with trades. I'm feeling a little bit dangerous. We'll do some with trades and try to, make it as entertaining as possible. But we'll just do a quick 3-round mock draft. We'll see what players are available. We're not going to take that. And actually, I've done a couple of mock drafts. I've taken Luther Burden. I've taken Tyleik Williams, the defensive tackle from Ohio State. I think that, for the sake of this mock draft, we talked about tackle being something that all the analysts thought the Chiefs were going to do. Yeah, that might be what all the analysts think, and I have no rationale for this pick. I'd rather have defensive tackle Walter Nolan. I'll take Nolan from Ole Miss. I think that is a very good pickup. We'll see where all of these other players go. So Quinshawn Judkins just went to the Raiders, followed by his teammate. Man, I would have liked to get either one of those running backs, but we'll see what player is available at the end of the second. Again, the Chiefs do have 2 third-round picks, so we'll be a bit flexible with what we want to decide to do. We took a defensive tackle. I might be in the market for a running back. Kind of to just see what goes on. I'm not going to take that trade. Ooh, do we take the tight end from LSU, Mason Taylor? If you guys have been following me, I've been a huge fan of Isaiah Bond. I'm going to do something a little interesting. I'm going to take the cornerback from Iowa State, Darian Porter. I think that is a very good pick. We went defense the first 2 rounds, and I do not think that you're going to be able to find a cornerback of that level that far in the draft. Like getting Porter at pick 63, I think is a very good pick. The tight end from LSU is still on the board. I understand that. I'm still not a huge fan. I've taken Isaiah Bond in a couple of mocks. Let's go ahead and see what the wide receiver position looks like. I've seen Jack Beck as a Chiefs fan favorite. Tez Johnson. We'll see. Running back. DJ Giddens. I've taken him from Kansas State a lot. I love my guy Devin Neal. You guys know that. Honestly, we're not going to overthink this. We're going to take the best player available. We're going to take Isaiah Bond. Right now, I am cooking in this mock draft. I am cooking. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Maybe you will do this differently. Oh my gosh, the tight end from Bowling Green's still there too. We could take him with our final pick in the... of course the Chargers take him, but we could still get a very good player to round out. Wow, DJ Giddens going in the 3rd round to the Browns is a little surprising. I think we probably just take the best player available, right? We'll go ahead and reject those trades. Kevin Winston Jr. is very interesting. We did take Porter a couple of rounds ago, so I might explore other options. Ferguson, the tight end from Oregon. I've seen a lot of stuff about him. We're not taking Will Howard. Savion Williams, wide receiver from TCU. Okay, so this one, I don't want to take Kobe yet. I would love to get Kobe in the 4th. I don't know. You know what? Let's go best player available. We'll go best player available. We'll go Kevin Winston Jr., the safety from Penn State. I think we go defense in this draft. And guys, like this is a defense that is going to be insane next year if we get all of these players. So again, I had the Chiefs taking defensive tackle from Ole Miss, Walter Nolan, in the 1st round. In the 2nd round, I have them taking Iowa State cornerback Darian Porter. In the 3rd round, I have the Chiefs taking wide receiver Isaiah Bond. And in the 3rd round as well, to round out this mock draft, I have the Chiefs taking safety from Penn State, Kevin Winston Jr. So I do think the Chiefs just had a fantastic draft. Let me know what you guys think. Also, just send your picks down in the comment section below. Who would you have taken in this mock? And tomorrow we'll do a full 7-round mock draft with trades. So that's all the time I have in this video. Hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more daily Chiefs content. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching this video. And as always, go Chiefs.